Hello, I am the guy that runs the Apex League Wrestling channel. I am here to give you an overview because in the YouTube videos I upload, which are just matches, I don't have a great way to get some of the things going on behind the scenes that make certain things matter and certain things maybe not matter that seem like they might. So the basics. This is my third attempt at a Fire Pro company. My previous two, my first one, I didn't know what I was doing at all. It wasn't good. And then my second one was far too big. I had like four divisions. I had many weekly shows. It was just a mess. It became like a ton of work every time I wanted to do a thing. And I want this to be fun and easy. So the game we are using is Fire Pro Wrestling World. I do have all the DLCs, which I acquired slowly through Steam sales throughout the year, and the mod pack. That is part of also the motivation of my third attempt. Is the first attempt I had, I think, no DLCs. Second attempt, I started getting the DLCs and started using the mod pack. And then this one, I can start fresh with full DLC, full mod pack, kind of a complete game, so to speak. All matches are CPU versus CPU. They are only simmed once. We'll get to that asterisk. And I do not use booked winners, so sometimes I am really hoping somebody wins and they don't win, and it messes it all up, and I got to figure out the booking around it. That's the fun for me, is the booking aspect. So figuring out, oh, I really relied on this guy to win. He didn't win. Now I gotta figure out who's gonna fight for the title at the big show. The asterisk. Sometimes I do fuck up. Actually, a lot of times I fuck up, to be honest. This can be stuff like accidentally leaving weapons in a wrestling match that was from a death match before, not turning on the explosions in a barbed wire death match. A lot of stuff like that is what causes matches to be redone. But usually those are caught pretty early, and I'm not resimming a whole match. Usually it's 4 minutes in. Actually, usually it's a lot quicker than that even. Usually it's kind of right away. Cement style creator wrestlers will be avoided. For those who don't know Fire Pro, cement style mean they're built to win the match versus pro wrestling style creator wrestlers are built to wrestle like the wrestler does and build to have a good match. We want good matches. This is wrestling, it's fake. The point of wrestling is to have good matches. We will stick to one creator wrestler unless there's significant difference. For difference, think of The Godfather and Papa Shango. Pretty different. So those guys would be allowed to run at the same time. The one that's iffy for me right now, I'm not certain, is one wrestler who's had significantly different segments of their career. Think WCW Chris Jericho versus like modern Chris Jericho. AEW, currently Jericho Appreciation Society, Jericho. Pretty different. I do have a way to limit career length, so I will try to not have I won't have those guys at the same time, but maybe at different times. So like, hey, here's WCW Jericho, he retired, and then here's uh, modern Jericho. Intergender wrestling is allowed. Structure. For match types, we have wrestling, straight up, 1v1, pinfall, submission, count out, DQ, that sort of thing. Death matches in the game. There are landmine death matches and barbed wire death matches. Cage death matches. I don't love cage death matches, so that'll only be for like rivalries where the situation fits. For the most part, it'll be the other two. Multi-person, these are 3 to 4. They can be elimination or single fall. Usually elimination because it's just more fun and it doesn't drag. Sometimes single elimination matches can go forever even after they've reached a crescendo. Clusterfucks, these are 5 to 8 person. They'll be ring out, submission, pinfall, knockout. Think these are just the structure of the Joey Janela Spring Break clusterfuck. I will explain that asterisk in a second. Career limit is 30 matches. Rivalries and tournaments will happen with career matches on the line. So, like, say a big rivalry is happening, and then they'll say, hey, we're going to put 5 matches up, you put 5 matches up, and then the winner has their career lengthened, and the loser has their career shortened. Or, hey, this guy's he's not like he's not a true number one contender, but he's going to put 10 matches on the line just to have, like, he's eliminating 10 matches just to get the title match, rivalry style. That will exist. And if somebody is currently like a number one contender or the champion, I will let them finish out their run. either till they lose the belt or if they lose a title match. Win-loss records are recorded, and all wins count. So this any of those match types above, wrestling, deathmatch, multi-person, or clusterfuck, the asterisks shows up here. Losses and clusterfucks aren't going to count against somebody. They're just a little too random. You can have I've seen it plenty of times. I've simmed thousands of matches where some guy runs through 6 guys, but then the 7th guy hits his finisher or gets the KO, and it's like, well, that guy kind of, did he really lose a match? Like, I mean, yes, he did, but they did everything they could to win the match. It's just a little random, so I don't count those against the wrestlers. Ranked competitors. Currently, as I am speaking, they are not ranked yet. It's going to start around ALW 10, simply for I want people a bigger roster with a little more record boosts. Then we have the shows. So this is going to be structured like a wrestling company where we have a weekly TV show, ALW, and then whatever number. So currently I'm on like 5. Kayfabe date is Thursdays. Whether I actually record and upload on Thursdays, who knows? With my Fire Pro, usually I kind of come in waves. So like right now, I'm thinking about it all the time. I want to do it every day, but I try to limit myself so that way I don't burn out. And sometimes I'll fall off it for like a month or two, and then I'll kind of catch up. So Kayfabe date will be Thursdays. So if you ever see like a title, change on a date, you can assume it's the Thursday for like about that week. Featured main event will happen every show. Again, currently it's a little weird because my roster is just so small and not built up enough. But eventually this will be, high contenders, people with many wins, title matches. There will be a decent to good semi-main event of the same thing. Hey, maybe it'll be like the number 6 competitor versus the number 9 competitor as your semi-main, or somebody on like a 3-match win streak versus a guy that was champion 2 months ago, that kind of thing. There'll be 4 pay-per-views a year. These will be bigger, again, kayfabe weekend shows with all the titles on the line. Miscellaneous shows as needed. So this will be special TV events if I'm feeling festive. Maybe I want to do a Thanksgiving show or a 4th of July show. Anything like that. And then tournament-specific shows. So if I do a G1, if I do like a really big, just single elimination, like a 32-person, that's a lot to do on a weekly TV along with the other stuff. So I might just do tournament-specific shows. Next on the docket is titles. So we have the self-explanatory ALW World title, top title for the main eventers. It should be defended every 4 to 6 weeks. I will explain the question marks in a second. Battle Royale title, it is supposed to be the mid-card title, matches of 4 or more, and defended about 3 to 4 weeks. Then we have a television title, which will be a low-card title, defended every week against a random opponent. And yeah. So the question marks. I am not in the swing of things. I'm still pretty early. I'm still building up the first contender for the world title. I don't have the Battle Royale title crowned. I haven't even introduced the television title. My original idea was that the Battle Royale title would be my every week against a random opponent's title. And then I kind of flipped on it. I'm not certain exactly where I'm going to go. So one of the television and Battle Royale titles will be mid-card, defended every 3 or 4 weeks. And one of them will be low card, defended every week against randoms. I just haven't figured that out yet. And then for the weeks in between, currently it's just hard to know how long it takes me to build up a true like good contender. Right now, again, people just don't have the records for it for me. But who knows? In 3 months, maybe it's like, hey, I can build one up every 3 weeks, and then the main title's defended every 3 to 4 weeks, and the Battle Royale title's defended every 2 weeks. We'll see. All right, so that is kind of an overview of what I plan to do. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.